nightclub in the shed. So when you live off grid, you got to go somewhere. You don't go to a bar. You're so far out, you have fun on your own. That's how you do it. You have fun on your own, or you. There ain't no bars around here. Ain't no clubs around here. And I used to be a DJ. And I used to go to clubs. I used to DJ. I used to break dance, the whole nine. Back in the day. Welcome to the channel. This is Paul with Expedition Astro. I thought I'd come on live.
When running a bit.
Oh, I'm pulling this stuff off of, you guessed it, YouTube. So today I'm just here having a good time, trying to build my channel. Today it was snowing today. It was a little cold out there. Generator's running on my typical Friday. Generator's running. I got the diesel heater going to warm up the shed, to keep myself warm in the shed while I'm talking to you. Hot topics. Hot topics. I don't know. I just came up with some kind of title so you can listen or come on to the show. Drinking my banquet. Got my Colorado Buffalo hat on. This one's kind of dirty, but it works. How's everybody doing today on Friday? Friday night, get out there, enjoy your night. When you're young, especially when you're young, don't miss a moment, but don't be stupid at it either. Don't miss a moment. Maybe that's my hot topic. Don't miss out. Take pictures. Keep those pictures. Share with your friends. Make sure the family has them, because once you're done, that's it. You know, you don't want to be an old guy and not have those photos. Right now I'm posted up on this thing here, but make sure you take pictures. Make sure you have everything you need to remember the things you love and adore, and your family also. Today was a busy day today. I was doing the septic water. I had to go get water today because I ran out. I didn't run out. I don't really need it. I just had to go get some because we're about to move, and we need to not put so much water in here right at the moment because we're going to be moving. And that has a well, so I don't have to worry about, you know, collecting water and stuff like that. Went and got that this morning. Got an interview for a new job at my age. But yeah, going to be getting that interview a couple weeks from now. And hopefully I get it, because it's a big pay raise from where I'm at right now. And I hope it happens. I hope I get it. If not, that's all right. I'm still fine. But you know how they do interviews now. I come from the old school. Old school interviews was like you walk in, you fill out an application, they talk to you right there. They say, nah, we'll call you back. Or they say, come in tomorrow. Today, 3 people sitting there with a book. They ask all these questions. They want you to answer, right? And you might be a hands-on type person that don't know how to answer these type of questions, but you might be I'll say Gen Z, millennial, that lives in a world of reports and internet and books. Or not books, but internet and whatever. But as a Gen X, myself, we grew up on, you walk in, you get hired on the spot, and you go to work, and you go there for years. Today it's, we don't know who we're getting, so they're going to ask all these questions. You know, when I got hired on the job, hello folks, how you doing? You know, when I got hired on the job that I'm at now, I had 3 people sitting there. I'm I'm gonna put it this way. I am a seasoned mechanic. When I say a seasoned mechanic, I have 30 plus years in mechanic work. But how you doing? I see the likes. But I got 30 plus years in mechanic work, and I got 3 guys who probably wasn't alive when I started working on cars. And they're asking me these questions. So I'm sitting here thinking to myself, should I be asking them questions? Well, the guys that I work with, you know how guys are. They have a tendency to, if they don't see it, they don't believe it. They have to see it to believe it. So you put yourself out there. At my age, I'm gonna bust my ass. I get there early, I leave there late. I'm retired military. And you know how military people out there, thumbs up, because they know what it's about. They know what it is about going to work on time and getting off late, because they work 12-hour shifts, overnight, 24-hour shifts, whatever. Security forces, police forces, whatever they call it, maintenance guys, people out on the flight line, the ones on the tanks and stuff like that, the maintenance guys that work on the trucks, cars, whatever, they know how to work. They get out there and they bust their asses. Me personally, at my age, I shouldn't be doing what I'm doing at my age, but I do. I work hard, I keep going, I keep growing. So how's it going, everybody? Thanks for watching the channel. One quick note, like, subscribe, hit that bell, get notifications for my next video, my next live, because I've been doing live videos instead of actual videos. I will be doing some actual videos. I see today Adventures with Amanda. If you watch her videos, I don't post, but just remember, Adventures with Amanda, she went to a free campsite in Colorado, and it's like, I gotta go there. I have to go there. You know, there's a lot of BLM land, free campsites, stuff like that in the United States, on the west side of the United States, not so much on the east side. East side don't have much of nothing because it's too populated. Everybody's over there. So they don't have a lot of free land like they do here in Colorado West. So I plan on going to the, I forgot the lake's name, but it's actually out there. If you go to Adventures with Amanda, she's out there doing her thing in her minivan, living what should be the American dream. But she's enjoying it. She's out there. Go check it out. Myself, Expedition Astro. I'm going to Florida, and I'm going to pick up my other van. So I'm going to be bringing that back, hopefully, next week. And got a lot going on right now, so stay tuned. Stay tuned. Keep watching. Keep watching. Keep watching. Watch those videos. I was playing some music when I first started. I'm jumping around, dancing. I used to dance pretty well when I was young. So now I'm getting older, but I try. You know what I'm saying? I keep trying. And you should too. What do I got to talk about today? Well, it was a little chilly today. I got my diesel heater running because I want the battery to charge. These Solex, if they get below 32 or in the 30 range, they will not charge. So you got to make sure they're at a temperature they'll charge. Now my big battery, which I thought would handle everything, it's kind of dirty right now. I thought would handle everything, is actually not handling everything. So I had to buy another one to, you know, take over for some of the work that the big battery was doing. Right now the little battery is running the trailer. So you know how it is. You know how it is. But let's go. This is Friday. So I was playing something earlier. Let me play it now. Hopefully it don't blast your ears out. What the? This song was a song that I used to like when I was young. And it's still pretty hot. Here, listen it up. Here it goes. Oh, radio. I'm not going to play it too loud. This is music in the shed. I'm only playing the instrumental because they probably kick it off. You know how YouTube is. Now, if you are into hip hop, rap, whatever, you probably know this song, but this song is good. I love it. I'm messing around today. I'm just messing around today. I don't care. We've been going through a lot lately, trying to get this house bought. It's a nightmare, and I don't know. Doing our best, trying to get it done. This music, background music that I'm playing, is Master P, Ice Cream Man. I don't know if you've ever heard it. I remember it back when I lived in Oklahoma. And the first time I heard it was in a pretty much a dunk. When I first saw the first dunk I've ever saw, and it was a Cutlass, old Cutlass. I mean, talking 60 model Cutlass, and the thing was nice. I mean, it says stripes. I don't know why it says stripes on the Cutlass, but it was kind of goldish bronze color, and it was. I used to work at AutoZone back in the day. I was working at AutoZone as a one of the managers there, and this store was in the community where, I mean, talking about some badass cars were driving around. There was convertibles, you know, regular cars, Monte Carlos, Cadillacs, you name it, all over this place. And they used to come in on the regular on the weekends. So I used to work on the weekends because I was in the military at the time, and I used to work the night shift, and the place would be packed full of hot rods and stuff, and it used to be like, wow, pretty cool, pretty cool. Nice look. And now I'm playing Ice Cream Man. Let's play it. This is one of the first songs I heard from Master P back in the day, and as you can hear it, it's probably too loud. I won't play the song because, you know, the lyrics are kind of rough. But yeah, how's it going? Let me see who's on here. Question: what are you doing? What am I doing? I'm sitting here in my shed, off grid, playing music in a shed with no utility bill. That's what I'm doing. Get yourself an off-grid system, because if you do, you will be financially, you will grow financially. Now, it's hard to do that because if there's a telephone pole near your property, in some states, you have to attach your electricity. And not here. You don't have to do that. You can live completely off-grid. Now, the house I'm buying is completely off-grid. And it's nowhere near a telephone pole. So, telephone poles, to put one in the ground, hook it up to your house, just one pole is like 20 grand. $20,000 to put a telephone pole, to put power to your house, times whatever, how many ever goes to your house. So if there's 10 of them, take 20 times 10, that's $200,000. That's over ridiculous. These companies have went way beyond what America's dream was. You know, back in the day, back in the 70s, whatever, they just throw the poles in the ground and charge you every month. They know they're going to get paid forever. Why? Because they put it in the ground now, you move out, somebody else moves in, they pay the bill. It's always going to be a payment coming in, but for some reason, they're ripping us off. You know, if you say, I'm going to put my own telephone pole in to put power to my house, they won't let you do it. You have to pay them to do it. So, you know, hey, it sucks. What am I doing? I'm hanging out. I see I got 10 people on here now. All 10 of you, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. We gotta build these numbers. We gotta get these numbers up. You gotta help me. Well, today I was doing my normal chores. Like I said, I gotta dump the gray tank for the kitchen, the black tank for the toilet, and the gray tank for the shower. And that didn't take me that long, but I was kind of in here thinking, damn, I was having a good time. I ain't gonna lie. I was in the shed. I'm in the shed, you know. Got my little shed going here. Got my heater going here. It's a little chilly outside. It's like 20 something degrees outside. It snowed today. Last year this time it was all white. The whole area was just covered in snow, frozen snow. This year, I might as well start growing a garden. But yeah, well, let's get back on the track. In my shed here, and I was listening to the music. I was like, man, I'm listening to some old school. I listen to Vanilla Ice. Let's see if we can pull them up. Vanilla Ice. We're gonna play the whole song. YouTube's probably gonna take it down, but I'll play it in the background. Now, Vanilla Ice. When I used to own a record store many moons ago, and hold on, let's see. I don't hear no damn commercial. Many moons ago, I used to own a record store in Denver. Here we go. There was a couple of distributors out there. I actually got Vanilla Ice song. I saw it on the jukebox. On the jukebox, I was like, man, that's badass. So I was looking it up. I don't know how I found it. And then I found the tape. But he was on Ichiban Records back then. And he was nobody. And the guy from Ichiban was like, this dude suck. I need to get rid of him. Blah, blah, blah. I was like, send me his music. So he sent me all these records directly from the record label. And back then they told me you couldn't do that. But I was pulling music directly from the record label. So I got Vanilla Ice on his album called Hooked, which was from Ichiban Records. Then it blew up and he became a superstar on Capitol Records, I think it was. And they turned it into this, American guy, blah, blah, blah. The Great White Hope, if you want to call it in the rap music. But he blew up pretty hot. He blew up really hot. And me, it's Vanilla Ice. He was just jamming it out. It was like Vanilla Ice, NWA, Ice Cube. I could go down the list at that time. And when I had my record store, it was selling like hotcakes. I could not keep it on the shelf. So I was selling a lot of records, a lot of tapes, let's put it that way. Because I'm a lyrical poet. Miami's on the scene, just in case you didn't know it. Hot town, who created all the bass sounds? Holes in the ground. Yeah, that's the know that song backwards. But I won't rap it backwards, but I know that song backwards. Cut like a razor blade. Other you say, damn. Now, if you grew up in that time frame in the 90s, you know that song. That song is pretty popular, and it's still popular. If you played it in a bar or a club, people are going to listen. People are going to listen. But earlier I was talking about me doing my stuff, my chores, and I was dumping and stuff like that. And I gotta get a new mesurator pump because that one's getting wore out. I think I wore it out. Oh shit, it's still out there. The battery, everything's still out there. I did. I guess I did. So I still got the battery out there and the mesurator out there. Um, 'Cause I don't see it. But just trying to get the day going, get stuff going, make sure we got what we need to stay out here. May 1st, we've been out here 1 year. We've been living on our property off grid for 1 year. And I'm pretty happy about that because it tells me if you have a dream, a lot of people wouldn't have been able to do it, I guess. But if you want to do something, you just got to work hard at it. And I've been out here for 1 year. I started out here. I remember moving out here because I didn't want to pay rent at an RV park. And I bought the land before I moved out here. And I was living in an RV park close by. And I was paying like $1,200 a month to live in an RV park. And I was like, I'm paying $1,200 a month. That $1,200 a month could go to my bank account, could go to my pocketbook. And I decided, I was like, sitting there thinking, well, it's time to go to the property. So you do have to get permits to come out here. You can't just be out here. You have to have your permit to live on your land during the summertime. You can't even actually be out here in the winter. But I was going to build a house out here, but it's too expensive. Too expensive. So I decided it is time to figure out what we need to do out. So we went on a house hunt, and we found the house that is exactly the way we're living right now. It's off grid, living on the land by ourselves in the middle of nowhere. We do have septic, water, and solar on that property, and it all works. And it's very rare to get everything to work. This was pretty difficult to purchase, and we're still in the process. Hopefully everything goes well next week, and then we can sign our documents. We were supposed to sign 2 days ago, but there was a couple of issues, a couple of hiccups that we had to deal with, and we are still working on that. But everything is looking good. We're going to be out there here shortly. We have to, the travel trailer has to go get flushed out. And I mean flushed out. I'm going to clean it. I'm going to take it down and find a place where I can just clean the septic, clean everything. The whole trailer is going to just be cleaned out, pine saw, mop the floors, get the seats. I'm pulling seats out, fixing things that we broke. And like I said, this is a it's not brand new now, but I bought it in 2024, brand new, and we lived in it 2 years. And when you live in something for 2 years, you start wearing it out quickly, and it needs to be completely cleaned out, new bed pad, all the wood fixed, clean, whatever, all the doors. I mean, like I said, the septic side, the black tank valve broke. I've been dealing with that, and this is like I said, it's a brand new trailer. But you got to take care of. I do everything I can to take care of. I got to wash it, wash the roof, reseal the roof, make sure all the seals are good, wax the thing, make sure it's waxed, cleaned, and everything. And then I'm gonna get a cover for it. Once I get all this done, I will be working on it for a couple weeks. I think I'm gonna take some time to get it straight so it is 100% cleaned out. Mice been jumping up in it. That's one thing that pisses me off. And I came from the south. There was no mice down there like this. Hello, Addie. How you doing? There was no mice like this where I was from in Florida. Hey, how's it going? I see the hearts going up and the faces. But when it comes to RVs, travel trailers, these mice will destroy your stuff, and you got to watch out for it. It makes you mad. I've caught hundreds of them bad boys in this trailer. They come in, you know, you're like, where? I can hear them, and then I throw traps out, boom, catch them, and then I'm done for a minute, and then all of a sudden it's back again. So you gotta make sure you take care of your travel trailers, your RVs, your motorhomes. They will tear up your stuff, and they don't care. They living in your stuff. You know, you can't just move in somebody's house and be like, I'm just moving in somebody's house and just live there and trash it. They don't care. They'll eat. I'll put it this way: I have an outdoor kitchenette on the side of the trailer, and they were in there. I mean, it was like, how in the hell did they get in there? But they do. I don't know how they do it. They get in there. And I basically, I foamed up a bunch of stuff, closed off some walls, some holes in the wall, and nothing since. And it kind of grossed me out because I was, you know, you cook on this stuff. The kitchen, it's got a little griddle. And I was cooking on it. And then, you know, and then we travel. We end up in Colorado, of course, and then all of a sudden we get all this. There's mice. It's like, why is there so many mice in Colorado? I don't remember them. I used to live here, so they're everywhere, and you gotta control them because I think they just need to take a grader and just hit the whole state and clean it up and push them into Missouri or something, or Kansas. But it is bad out here. I never thought it would be so bad. You got to have a cat in a trailer. You just can't. When you live in a trailer, motorhome, or something like that, get a cat. Put a cat in it. It'll limit the problem. My dog killed one and left it for me to see it. So that's how. Right now it's not bad because it's cold, so I don't know where they're at. But I heard one the other day, and I was like, "There's one in here." So I started spraying that repellent stuff, and I haven't heard it since. But like they say, they multiply on a level that humans, you know, don't. So if you got mice problems, you gotta fucking get rid of them. You got to, because they will chew everything up. They don't care what they're eating. I don't even know how they survive off that stuff, but they do. There's no purpose to have them, but for some reason, got the Almighty put them on the planet. So, you know, that's what we're dealing with. But anyway, like I said, I was talking to everybody else earlier. Like, subscribe, hit that bell so you get notifications of my next live video and the videos I'm about to come up with because I'm about to go camping. I got to get this monetized because I got to do some work on the van. That's my other car. On the van, so I can start doing some traveling and get out there and give you some better content. I haven't videotaped because my cameras are full, my iPad is full, even my phone is full. And it's like, man, and I posted up something earlier for snowing. It was snowing today, and it kind of stopped. Here it's been terrible. This winter has been terrible, and not a lot of snow. Colorado is having a hard time this year, and it's affecting millions of people. And when I say millions, it's all the way to California, because the Colorado River runs into California, and we're low on water here in Colorado, where it all comes from. So hopefully things will change next year. Maybe we'll have a better winter, and we're snowed in, and we got to plow ourselves out and fight the winter, and that'll be great content. As I wear Colorado Buffaloes, Denver Broncos, I'm not a native of Colorado, but I feel like it. I grew up here. We moved here back in the 70s, and that's all I know. I mean, we lived in Atlanta, Alabama, Washington, Tacoma. That's where I was born, and my sister was born in Texas. My brother was born here in Colorado. So we're military brats. So my kids are military brats. So yeah, we, being here, enjoying it, and doing my thing, just doing my thing. Trying to get up, trying to get myself up I do have a job. I'm not broke. I ain't poor. I just, work every day, go to work just like everybody else. I'm not on Social Security. I'm not at my age, like a lot of guys and gals do at my age. I just work. I'd rather be out there working than collecting Social Security. I'm not gonna lie. That's just my personal opinion because let me turn my TV or camera this way so it's not so glaring. But I would just rather work. Go to work, make an honest wage, and keep on trucking. If you keep yourself going, you don't wear out so fast. Even though you got to watch what you're doing, but you can't work yourself to death. If you know what I mean. There's young people out there, let them do it until they get my age, and then they can say, hey. But see people saying hi. It's hard to see. I'm using my phone because the way lives are now, you can't be using different angles and stuff like that with your cameras. But yeah, here I am. Let me get my chair so I can sit down and talk. Let me get my stepping stool. Now the shed is being heated. It's actually in the 20s right now. It was like a shock to me that we even got snow. Here, hold on. Yeah, it's in the 20s right now. I got a message from my son. He just said I'm in something, so I gotta check that out. He's moving back. He was in the military for probably 8 years, and he's got medical issues physically, so he's decided to get out, and he's supposed to be moving back. He said he's in the chat. Hey, what's up, Ryan? Where you at? Say something then. My son is in there. Where is he at? I can't see you, son. I'll see him later. But he was in the military, or he's in the military. He's going to be getting out, and he's coming home. And we can't wait to see him. We can't wait to have him back home. He's been going overseas for a while. Since he joined, he's been there. He's been overseas his whole career. So, and it's like, man, when my boy coming back? But he's in the chat right now. He said, I can't see it right now, but I love you, son. I can't wait to see you when you get back. But he's coming back. My other son is in Washington State, and he's doing his thing. I got all my kids are on the West Coast, so it's kind of good. We moved here in Colorado, and we get closer to them because we can go see them, and he's married to his wife. My daughter's married to her husband up there in Alaska. My son is my youngest son is trying to get married. He's with his girl, his fiance. I'll call her his fiance. He told me it's his future wife. So that means my future daughter-in-law. So, but yeah, we are out here. We've been out here for a year now, living the dream. It's always been a dream of mine to live off-grid, and here I am. I've been doing it for a year out here. We've been living in our camper for 2 years. We left Florida in the when did we leave Florida? September. No, July of 2024. I think that's when it was. 2024 is when we left Florida, and we've been on the road and living off-grid since. It's not easy, but it can be if you just take care of business. If you're not lazy, that's one thing. You got to be always working at off-gridness. There's no free time. You got to make sure you got power, make sure you got water, make sure you got a way to dump your poop. And if you can do that, you can survive off-gridness. I watch a lot of people living off grid. And I keep talking about it every week. When I come on to the live videos, I always talk about being off grid. But you got to you got to just tough it out. Now, some people kind of give up and then they make a mess around themselves. I've seen campsites around here that not campsites, but people living out here and they got junk all over the place and stuff like that. And it's like, it doesn't take much to get a trash can and dump it. I have trash service here. All my mail comes to my post box here. That's all you gotta do is you gotta get a post office box. You gotta get trash service. They'll come and pick it up. So you don't gotta pile it up in the side of your trailer. But for some reason, people, I ain't got no money. But you got plenty of money if you're drinking beer or buying liquor or whatever you're doing. You got money. So just take care of your property and make sure it's clean. And that's what I try to do in mine, because I don't want to look like I'm trailer park. And you know what trailer park is. But anyway, I'm just here. I was listening to music earlier today. I was just thinking, my son, if he's watching, I was thinking about a song that he sent me a long time ago. And every time I bring it up, he's like, man, I ain't heard that song in a long time. But he brought it to my attention. Let's see if I can find it. No, it's not on here. I thought it would be, but he used to send me stuff, and I'd be like, I ain't listening to this, but it still pops up on my Pandora, and it's like, this is Ryan. This is my son Ryan. Every time it comes up, I think it's my son Ryan. I was like, man, this dude. And he was young when he brought it up. When he sent it to me, I was like, man. He said, you need to listen to this, Dad. You need to listen to this. And I'm listening to it. And I was like, this is crazy. But there's a couple of Tig Old Biddies. He knows that song. Sweat from My Beat. He knows what I'm talking about if he's out there. It used to be funny. I used to listen to that and go, man, this is the kid. But Ryan wanted to be a fisherman. He was always trying to fish, and I'm not a fisherman. And now the way I am now with camping and stuff like that, I wish I took him out camping more. That's one of the things I wish I did more with them. We went out one time to the base, and I rented a travel trailer, and we went camping. He was out there fishing. And he didn't catch anything, but he was having a good time. And I wish I'd have done that more when I was in Florida, but I was busy with my business and stuff like that. So it kind of took away too much, I say, from my kids. And that's one of the things I would tell you now, if you have children, spend a lot of time. I see a lot of, my kids are successful. They're all doing well. And I'm kind of glad for that, but I wish I spent more time, like off-grid time, like out there in the wilderness. Now, in Florida, you got to be careful because there's ticks and fleas and all that stuff, so you got to be careful out there. But here, it's not so bad. But we were in Kansas. My son was graduating college, and he went to the University of Kansas, my youngest son, and we were out there. We got tents, we got camper and all that. And we get out there, and there was ticks like you would not believe. It was ridiculous. I was like, oh my God. Everybody had a tick on them. It was like, my dog had like 12, 13 ticks on him. And I had 3 dogs at the time, 3 dogs and a cat. And 2 of the dogs didn't get no ticks. But one of them was ticked up like you would not believe. We had to he has short hair. He's got gold hair, short. And we went through them and just was pulling them out left and right. I was like, oh my God. I had one, and I ain't gonna say where it was at, but it was like, oh my God. How did it get there? Ticks everywhere. Kansas, oh my God. It was at Clinton State Park. You probably heard of it. But yeah, ticks will eat you alive. They're not good. One time I went to a campsite and I was just checking it out. And I went over there and looked at it, sat on a bench. And this is in Florida. And thought, yeah, it's nice. I'll go, one of these days I'll camp here. That was a mistake. I had chiggers all over. I was like, where did this come from? I was like, chiggers everywhere. They were just digging into me. And I was like, oh my goodness. I mean, they was bad. And I was, I didn't even camp there. I was just going by to check it out. I just sat on a picnic table, and I was like, oh yeah, this is nice. Looking around, had my truck, my van out there. And like a couple days later, boy, it was like they just right in my belt line, just eating me alive. I was like jumping in the shower, sitting in the tub, getting hot water and whatnot. But they finally disappeared. But it was like, where did these come from? And now all I could think of was that spot. But you gotta be careful. Insects will connect. Now I'm yawning. Got 18 minutes. I only do an hour when I do my live broadcast, but all I do is tell everybody, just like, subscribe, hit that bell. Just like and subscribe. That's all I really want. I'm trying to get my numbers up so I can monetize the channel, because there's some adventures I want to do, and it costs money to do this stuff. You see all these YouTubers out there driving the country and all this. Well, it costs money. So hopefully you will see my side of the story and try to help me out when it comes to monetizing my channel. I just need the help, and watch the videos to the end if you can. Go back and watch my old videos. I have some pretty good old videos I did. What was that? I forgot the name of the pond. There was one in Pensacola when I was out there in Pensacola. Stayed there a couple of days. Duck Pond is nice. Stayed at Duck Pond in Florida. Anderson Pond, which was not as nice, but beautiful scenery. But it was loud because it was close to a highway, and the highway, you hear motorcycles going up that highway. It was like, oh my God. Speck Pond was, I didn't camp there, but I did go over there, and I was planning on it, but I wanted to hit all 15 campsites on Eglin Air Force Base, but I didn't. I only hit 2 out of 15. That's a terrible number. Like I said, Duck Pond is my favorite place. If I could go back and make a trip of it, I will. Once I get the van right, then I will be doing that type of stuff. I will be going to Duck Pond. That was my favorite campsite. I was at Clinton State Park in Kansas 3 times. But the second time, like I said, I was out there with my son. He was graduating college at the University of Kansas, and we got ticks everywhere. The third time, I didn't get run into that problem because I went back to the same spot I went to the first time. The first time I had a good time. I was out there by myself. I just went to surprise my son, just to say, hey man, I'm in. And he was like, you can stay with me. I was like, hey, I didn't come all the way out here to stay with you. I came out here to camp. But he came out and we, barbecued and stuff like that. And the dogs acted foolish, acted crazy. Then he graduated. We went out there, got ticked up, and then we ended up. I went out there again to help him move his stuff out of Kansas. So that time I went out to the same park all times and had a good time all 3 times, even though we got ticked up that one time. Came out here to Colorado, Cherry Creek Reservoir. That was disgusting. I mean, that was so loud. The cars going by. I don't know how people do it, but it was loud. That was really, really loud. I stopped off at some rest stops out in the middle of nowhere, coming here, coming there, coming here when I'm driving. Arizona, New Mexico. I was in New Mexico at I want to say it was the border between Texas and New Mexico. And I'm in my camper. I'm in my my van. And I went to the bathroom. I was like, I'm going to go to the restaurant real quick. And I saw a sign. And I looked at it and was like, wait a minute. You know, you look at a sign, you just walk by. Looked at the sign and just kept going. Went to the bathroom. And then I saw another sign that says, watch out for rattlesnakes and scorpions. I was like, holy now I'm looking at the ground going, what the? I was like, man, I better get in the bathroom quick. I was running out of that bathroom to get back to the truck, the van. I stopped off in the middle of fucking Navajo country in Arizona, I think it was. And they had a bunch of gas stations, stuff like that. And I was amazed how many people live in their campers. There was so many campers just parked up underneath the light post. You know, these people are surviving, living. Folks can't afford, $3,000 a month apartment rent or $6,000-$7,000 house rent mortgage. So people are living in their cars because the country has failed them. And when I was a kid, I didn't see this when I was a kid. We saw homeless people. They always got homeless people, but not on this level. I mean, it's ridiculous. And the thing about it is, it's not just homeless people, it's young homeless people. I mean, we're talking in their 20s. They're already giving up. And, 20-year-olds, they should be construction workers and this and that, and working at McDonald's and serving food at restaurants. That's what I did when I was in my 20s. These kids have given up too fast. Drugs have, you can't blame it on drugs. I don't blame it on drugs. I blame it on just bad decisions. It's like, come on now. I was in the ghetto, living the poorest of poor, not having food to eat, and I'm not living like that in my 60s. And I see old people, young people, and they if you're driving by somebody that's homeless, now don't get me wrong, I give people money to help them out, but it's like, man, dude, you could make more money working than you can. Laziness. Sometimes I see laziness. I'm like, God, Jesus Christ, you're too young to be out here on the side of the road, especially with how money can be made in today's times. We got 10 minutes. No, we got 1 minute. 1 minute 30 seconds, and then I'm gonna go back in the house, give me another banquet, and watch me some television. But I want to thank you for watching this video. If you can, just like and subscribe so I can monetize this channel. Tell your friend, hey man, this guy's stupid. He's sitting here talking about whatever. But do it for me. And I'll see you on the next one. Thank you.